The reason people is turned off is the media and the two peoples I killed.
And watch the news and watch some of these talk shows. They were lied to.
It's going to be very hard for people to accept that when they see the Brentwood butcher signs, the guilty signs hanging in the neighborhood that you lived in for years.
The media painted those themselves. Tom Brokaw. Is this where he goes? They focused in on them. But there were thousands of people cheering.
Right.
Yeah. There were good signs, but the media doesn't show them. Good signs. We love you, O.J. signs.
10 years. The people...
This is where he says Bob Kardashian was counting all the good people.
Yeah. That's Bob's job.
Yeah, Bob's a great businessman. He can count people who are in favor of O.J.
Yelled out, killer in this neighborhood. We don't want you anymore. Now, are you suggesting that that didn't happen?
No, what I'm not only suggesting, what I am telling you is that night, if that was said, I didn't hear it, but someone said that night a group came. I would tell you that the majority of those people...
This is all meaningless chatter.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with this. These unsubstantiated allegations.
This is arguing whether people support him or not.
Right. You can't quantify this. There's nothing to back up any of these statements.
Right.
It was not from Brentwood. And I would ask any news media out there, you go back and you look at the video of that ride home. You look at me coming down Sunset. You look at me arriving at my home. The vast majority, I'm telling you, 95% of...
You know what, when I saw this part of the interview, and the overwhelming feeling that I get is that O.J. deep inside feels... O.J. was shocked that black people actually supported him. He thought he was going to jail. I think he goes on the Black Entertainment Network thinking, hey, if I get on there, and I start... it's like Reverend Al Sharpton. I saw Reverend Al Sharpton screaming the other day on TV that they wouldn't let him walk in the street. They'd only let him walk on the sidewalk. And I said...
And now he's lobbying... he wants to be able to walk in the street every year.
Yeah, I mean, what a non-issue. You think about all the problems in the black community. Whether or not Reverend Al Sharpton can walk in the street or the sidewalk is probably pretty low on the totem pole. So now O.J. is trying to get the black people all fired up. Because they're crazy enough to think I'm innocent. Now I'm going to get them fired up to be mad at Ron Goldman's father, to be mad at the media, to be,
Well, he's seen black people used in this way before.
Yeah.
And it works.
It works. Well, Reverend Al Sharpton, I mean, you should have seen him. I saw him on a Sunday show with the other black guy on Channel 5. There's only two black guys anyway on Sunday morning. It's this black guy, McCreary or something report.
Yeah, McCreary report.
Yeah, and he's on there and he goes, Reverend Sharpton, what is bothering you? He goes, man, Rudy Giuliani wouldn't let us walk in the street. They had to walk on the sidewalk, and then we walk over here, and Reverend King used to walk in the street, and we got to walk over here. It's an hour of bitching about walking.
In the street.
Yeah, in the street. I said, man, this sounds like a guy who's just got too much freedom. Gotta lock him up.
People were clapping and giving me a thumbs up.
So now, like, the black people go, yeah, there was probably people clapping, and they didn't show it. Yeah, O.J.'s right. Well, O.J.'s right. O.J.'s probably right.
I'll ask him if they ever do that to the president.
Yeah.
You know, when the president goes somewhere, do they all of a sudden just focus on the bad side?
Yeah.
Bob Kardashian and I... Bob was actually counting what he thought were negative reactions, and he said he counted 5 or 6. Now, there may have been a group of people in that 5 or 6. We saw 2
Bob Kardashian was in the car counting negatives.
I think that's cool.
That one, I can't tell.
Why would that be on your mind on your way home?
Bob, I'm going to need an instant poll. I will need you to count all the people. O.J., I'm having trouble with this one guy. He's standing there. It's hard to tell if he's pro or con.
Where do I put him?
I would put him in the pro category. Anyone you can't tell, let's fib a little and give it to our side for the poll. O.J. has his own personal pollster.
The signs. We saw tons of welcome home O.J. signs, yet the only thing that the media showed you that night were the Butcher of Brentwood sign that was near the freeway.
That is not right. He's all mad. O.J.'s angry and upset.
What O.J. doesn't remember is that when he was on that slow speed chase, all they showed was people saying, yeah. O.J., free O.J. They showed those signs.
Yeah, they sure did.
And another sign that said murder.
Yeah.
Coming up here, throughout the interview, O.J. just starts making up words, creating new words.
Oh, yeah?
And here's one of them.
It's almost impossible if you are... I guess what I see people with a lot of negativism.
Negativism. That is a new word.
Well, later on, he gets very upset because there's a lot of prejudice.
Is it prejudice? You got that here too?
I'll get it for you.
Is this almost over? I got to keep playing this one.
No, that was over.
Negative people with a bone to axe. I think I am now
a bone to axe. You know what happened? I'll tell you what it was. He got so upset when he said negativism. He knew that wasn't a word. Then he said negative, and then he was still thinking about negativism when he went and said bone to axe. You know what happens when you make a mistake and you're still thinking about it?
Yeah, but you know what? But you know what else it is? Is these are the lines that have been fed to him by PR people.
Yeah.
That he's supposed
who know
to
how to speak English.
But no, that he's supposed to focus on the negative aspects and how everybody's pushing the negative and their axe to grind.
Right.
But he doesn't know these. He doesn't use these.
Bone to axe.
No, I know.
I gotta hear that again.
Axe to grind is one, and where did the bone come from? You think bone to pick?
Yeah, bone to pick, axe to grind.
Right.
I guess what I see people with a lot of negativism in them. Yeah. Negative people with a bone to axe. I think I am now a certain group of women, I should say, out there who has had a bad experience with a man who's been in
ever had their head chopped off. One thing.
You know, the funny thing is the interviewer even is, he must be sitting there with his mouth hanging open. What else is he going to be? We heard those 911 calls. We saw the pictures of Nicole. He is the poster boy for wife abuse.
Robin, it was one incident, and since that time, he has not beat her since.
Doesn't matter to me.
I like the one he says. I like when he goes, I committed a crime against my wife. I paid for that. I went before if that is a crime. What, punching your wife in the face?
He is still not repentant, doesn't understand that he did anything wrong.
Right.
Abusive relationship. I have become their whipping boy. I am the guy that they look at.
Here he explains.
Is this the one where he says, if you ever get in an argument, I want you to take out a tape recorder, and I want you to tape record. I'll be like, hey, Allison, hold on, I got to get the tape recorder. O.J. says I need to tape record my arguments.
In fact, I think it's a good idea.
I'm sort of to remind O.J. the reason his argument with his wife was tape recorded because the 911 operator was tape recording it.
He didn't remember to tape it.
Yeah.
911 tape.
Now I got to tape arguments with my wife.
Go back and listen. You'll find out that you beat her.
Yeah.